the 19th of September 2023. So guys, some Zambians held a press conference on Sunday, September 17, to address alleged death threats directed at President Hakainde Hichilema by Patrick Chinamasa. They also demanded a formal investigation into the suspicious death of former Zambian President Mwanawasa in 2008. Chinamasa, a senior official in Zimbabwe's ZANU-PF party, recently made statements that were perceived as a confession of Zimbabwe's involvement in Mwanawasa's death and a threat to Hichilema. The strained relations between the two countries worsened when Hichilema appointed Dr. Nevers Mumba to lead the SADC Electoral Observer Mission to Zimbabwe, and Mumba criticized the election process, leading to accusations from ZANU-PF that Hichilema was pushing for regime change with the support of Western countries. Addressing the media, Jack Kalala, who was representing the Zambian nationals, said, so here's the statement. It reads, the reference is a statement by concerned citizens of the Republic of Zambia in reaction to social media comments by ZANU-PF senior official Mr. Patrick Chinamasa on the death of President Levi P. Mwanawasa in 2008 and the death threats to the Republican President Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, members of the diplomatic corps, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of my fellow concerned citizens here with me, and indeed on my own behalf, I wish to welcome you all to this press conference held on the 17th day of September at 2023 at Mulungushi Conference Center. Social media comments of senior ZANU-PF official Mr. Patrick Chinamasa, copy attached in the wake of the SADC Election Observer Mission report that highlighted noted shortcomings in the conduct of the 2023 national elections in Zimbabwe, have been received with utter dismay, shock and alarm by many of our compatriots and indeed by us. Without being prompted by anyone, Mr. Chinamasa volunteered to tell the entire world that his country, Zimbabwe, caused the untimely death of President Mwanawasa in 2008. President Mwanawasa died on August 19 in 2008 in France after suddenly falling sick under unclear and suspicious circumstances while attending the AU summit in Sharm el-Sheikh tourist resort city in Egypt. As if that was not enough, Mr. Chinamasa severely warned President Hakainde Hichilema that he could die in the same way. Our understanding of Mr. Chinamasa's assertions is that Zimbabwe had a hand in the death of President Mwanawasa and therefore has become a national security threat to Zambia and its president. Mr. Chinamasa is no ordinary citizen in Zimbabwe because he is a senior official in the governing party ZANU-PF in the country. We therefore take it that he was speaking from an informed position. We consider Chinamasa's allegations that President Mwanawasa had agreed to host a detachment of the British military in the plot to topple the government of President Robert Mugabe patently false and absolutely malicious. There is evidence from reputable sections of the British and South African press, copies attached, that it was in fact South Africa under President Thabo Mbeki which had been requested to offer such support. We therefore wonder why Mr. Chinamasa has not pointed his accusing figure at South Africa but is chosen to direct his anger against Zambia. As of the warning to President Hichilema, we consider it misguided, appalling and provocative because the SADC Secretariat is the appropriate organ to receive complaints or blame on the Election Observers Mission report, since Zambia was not responsible for the report but SADC. The threat on the life of President Hichilema is a national security issue and should therefore not be taken lightly, as we fear for his life in view of the deliberate reference made to President Mwanawasa's death as an example. We feel that it would not be safe and advisable for him to be attending regional summit meetings, especially those that Zimbabwe will host. In the interest of regional peace, stability, and harmonious coexistence. It is our considered view that the highest organ of SADC should take up and deal with Mr. Chinamasa's unjustified and unwarranted provocations. Lest we forget, it should be noted that Zambia sacrificed so much for the liberation of Zimbabwe and other countries in the region. Many lives and properties were lost and destroyed in helping our brothers and sisters to gain their freedom and independence. Many freedom fighters were hosted in Zambia, and they used Zambia to fight for their freedom and independence, which they are now enjoying. It is therefore dismaying and outrageous that the brothers and sisters for whom we sacrificed so much should repay us with ingratitude and animosity on baseless and fabricated allegations. As patriotic Zambians, we are ready to defend through peaceful means the integrity, values, and the good reputation of our country, Zambia. We are ready to safeguard the peace and stability that have prevailed since independence. We need this for the development of our country, and indeed the region and Africa. Consequently, should SADC fail to effectively deal with this matter, we have no choice but to escalate it to the African Court of Justice. In addition, we are going to formally write to our government to request them to take up the matter with the SADC Secretariat and AU since President Mwanawasa suddenly fell sick while attending the AU summit in Sharm el-Sheikh city in Egypt. In view of the elicited confession that Mr. Chinamasa made, it is our prayer that the Zambian government should demand for an inquiry to be made in the death of President Mwanawasa to establish the truth. This is in the interest of all the African heads of state, as we would not like a situation where African presidents should be living in fear of each other, but should work together to collectively resolve the many challenges our continent is facing. May God bless our beautiful country Zambia. May God bless and protect our leaders and give them wisdom to lead us to prosperity. May God bless Africa. I thank you, Jack Kalala. So guys, that was the press conference which happened on Sunday, the 17th of September 2023. If it was vice versa, I'll tell you that ZANU-PF was gonna issue a press conference. That's a way. Yes, they have a right to do this press conference. They have a right to even say those names they are saying there, because they are Zambians. At the end of the day, you can't just say things usina mavilevin. And so Chinamasa, the man, still needs to explain more. Although he denied those allegations, he issued a statement saying, I wasn't involved, and I wasn't involved at the same time. I never threatened the life of President Hakainde Hichilema. And so the man denied all those allegations. At the same time, I still think that there's some formal channels that need to be addressed by now, so that between Chinamasa and Zambian diplomats, because it seems like apana communication iripo, and apana communication iripo nyinge iripo. At the end of the day, this is gonna be a situation we shall continue hanging until maybe next year, whereby SADC vachisangana zvakare president ese, and it's going to be very awkward between Mnangagwa now Hakainde Hichilema, because the man didn't even come to Zimbabwe for the inauguration. At the same time, he's the person and the report here yakataurwa na Dr. Nevas Mumba. But anyway, we'll be keeping you guys up to date here with the latest on a weekly news roundup on Prince Entertainment TV. The concerned citizens of the Republic of Zambia, they are reacting towards what Mr. Patrick Chinamasa said, and is panyaya yokufa kwa former Zambian President Mwanawasa wakashaya muna 2008. At the same time, negatively towards the report yakataurwa na Dr. Nevas Mumba. At the same time, funzizwe iwo vakati ayo Hichilema vanokwanisa kungofasa mafiro akaita Mwanawasa. They were not happy about what Dr. Nevas Mumba was talking about elections akatika mu Zimbabwe. We've seen the man Zambian TV stations, South African TV stations. I can explain more even by YouTube. There are some videos of him achiexplaina zvinhu zvaiitika musi wa23 na24 of August 2023. I mean, the man wasn't fabricating situations. He was talking zvayakaona nemaziso ake. I mean, if you're an observer, you're there to observe the situation without fear or favor. You have to be truthful of what you are saying. I mean, kana kushona munhu iwe achibiririra paexamination oramba wakanyarara wongoti it's normal. There's nothing normal about you kubirira. And if you're cheating in examination, you should be called out. You should be, kape pane report intaura zvakaitika musi wacho kuti okay, student number 2 number 3 vakadai so that pave nekujekeserana between both parties. So I feel like the observers were there to observe the election, and I will tell you that over the years SADC had been on the side of ZANU-PF many times, but this time it was different. So the reaction yakazonge kubva kuZANU-PF, I think ndoyakaita kuti pave this whole back and forth between the officials from Zimbabwe and the officials from Zambia. It's because of that report. But anyway, this is Weekly News Roundup. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Peace out.